These dollies suck. Go. One more try. I think this may be my best seat creation yet. I call it the racing seat. A racing seat on a dolly on a block of wood. But anyway, welcome back to another all-wheel drive Miata video. As you can tell, today we are going to be putting the Miata body panels back onto the Miata. We're gonna be making it a Miata again. Now, as you can also tell, I've already been messing around with it. I started off by mounting the hood. Thankfully, we still have the stock hinges and stuff for the hood. So we mounted the hood, we know that's aligned. I got it sitting as low as I possibly could. I went ahead and cut out the framework where it hits the tubing, and that's what we're left with. It's only a couple inches higher up front than stock. Really not too bad. After we got the hood situated, I went ahead and worked on mounting the fenders. We had to cut out quite a bit of the supports on top to get the fender sitting as close to the bar as possible. But now that is pretty good. When you actually hold it in place, which is like right about there, it lines up perfectly. The body line is very even along the entire hood, and it works. We're getting there. Now, pretty much what this front end looks like, you know, imagine taking a normal Miata front end, and then you kind of just bend it up all the way. That's what we're doing here, since the tube chassis and the engine is sitting pretty tall. Now, of course, because of this, we're gonna have to fix the rear body line on the fender that lines up with the door, because that is, you know, instead of it being like this, it's kind of like this, where on the bottom the gap gets bigger. But that is the least of our concerns. That will be a very relatively easy fix. I had a couple other options to make it, you know, the body panels work. I could have cut out the body where the tube chassis is going, so you could see the tube chassis from the outside. But I thought that would look too inconspicuous. No, too conspicuous. I want it to be inconspicuous. I don't want it to look like anything crazy. I want it to look like a Miata. So now it looks like a Miata that is on steroids because it's taller, it's bigger. It looks like a Miata, but it's just a little different, and that's perfect. So all we have to do is actually make some mounting brackets for all this stuff. Let me show you some of the deets. I'll start with the good news, okay? So, number one, hood pins line up perfectly with the bar. So we'll be able to just weld the pin straight to the bar. Boom, that is the hood completely mounted. The front of this lines up perfectly with this. So we'll be able to make a bar across, and that's where the front bumper will mount to. Let's open up this hood. Back here, that all lines up. So we'll be able to make a bracket there, and then we'll make a bracket up front to go to this bar. Kind of angles it something like that. Look at that. Look at that. The other good thing is that, look, the intercooler fits underneath the hood. So we will eventually cut a hole in the hood, and we'll hopefully try to get the Subaru hood scoop on here, because that would be really cool. Now, a couple of bad things. Number one, this tube lines up exactly where this headlight is, so we will not, unfortunately, be able to have pop-ups. We're gonna use the same headlights. They're gonna look like pop-ups, but they just won't have the popping down function, because the motor, obviously the entire headlight has to come down, and it can't when there's a bar there, so. And then the only other somewhat annoying thing is that when you're sitting in there, you don't have as much visibility, because the front is taller. But, you know, it's kind of like driving a, I don't know, an SUV, except it's a 2,000-pound Miata. It is what it is. Is mounting the body panels like this the perfect solution? No, but it is the best solution. So stop writing that comment and let's get to work on mounting these things. I'm trying to think of the best metal to use that will make it strong but clean and minimal, and I think the answer is some of this solid, just kind of bar. It's strong, it's easy to work with, I could bend it if I need to, and it's small. It doesn't take up a bunch of space. I could use some flat plate, but that looks ugly. You know, this entire thing is a tube chassis, so it would work better if you use something round. So we're gonna go to the store, get some more of this. So this is going awesome. Those front fender mounts mounted both the front bumper and the fenders up front, and the lines, the gaps are, you know, pretty much as good as they're gonna get. To be honest, this is better than it ever was when it was actually on the Rally Miata. The Rally Miata always, you know, didn't necessarily look show ready, but it was always really cool. I'm really happy with this. Obviously, the front of the bumper is being supported because there is no top support yet. So before we go to that bumper top support, we're gonna go ahead and do the fender back mount. The problem is that fender has to be kind of pushed in a little bit like so. So it just needs a mount to hold it up like that, and then like so. Boom. So we'll do that on both sides. It's just that guy right there. Well, that was easy. That hole was right above the tube, so what I did is I welded a nut to the tube and then made a really short bolt, and now it doesn't flex anymore. I think it's time to now make the bumper support. We're gonna be using this tubing, but it has to be removable, so if we wanna remove the engine, we, you know, can do that without having to drop it. So would you look at this? We now have the main bumper, bash bar, whatever you want to call it, with some round tubes that really make it look so much more finished. Everything is working awesome, obviously. I'm really happy with the way this looks. This thing looks like a freaking trophy truck Miata so far. It's gonna be so much better once we can get it out and look at it all the way. Next step is to go ahead and do the headlights though. And after cutting into my $400 headlights, they fit mostly. This is as low as they can go. The light itself is actually resting on the bar, so it can't go any lower. I'm gonna build the mounts in a way that I can adjust the height of the entire housing with essentially like a threaded rod. That way I can leave it as is for now, and if the visibility sucks, or if I want to lower the housings or raise the housings, then I can adjust that rod. If I want to lower them more, then I'll have to remove the outside light, which is the low beam, so I'll move the low beam to the inside and remove the high beam. But for now, I want to try to retain all 4 lights, so we'll just keep them at this height. The mounting locations are yet again, like, you can't really see, but right in there, it's right above the bar. Everything is just so easy. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to do this today, because I have to mark where I need to drill this hole while holding the headlight, while holding the plate. It requires 3 hands. Oh my God. Got it. I miss this thing. I can't wait to drive it again. Like, actually drive it. I miss driving fun cars. My daily is automatic and really slow. You guys will see it eventually, but definitely miss driving fun cars. Especially manual cars too, actually. My daily's automatic. Whoa. After I got those clips, took the truck around the block, even though it doesn't have insurance, and it's on summer tires, and it's icy, and it's salty outside, but it's so fun. I miss driving cool cars. Soon. But anyway, this thing looks epic. Currently from the straightforward perspective, this perspective, it looks a little funky because it looks really, really tall. I promise you it's not actually that tall, and we will be building this lower bumper with gussets and cool bars that go protect the oil pan and the headers and such, but for now, it's all good. And I'm sure a couple of you guys pointed out the door thing. I already talked about that and all the other body lines. Today was not about doing body work. It wasn't about getting the body looking good. Today was about fabricating mounts to hold the body in place and such. Once the car is ready to go to paint, then we will work on getting that door body line right. We'll work on getting the fender wells more proportional because the front has a really big fender well, and the back doesn't. We'll fix all that when we go to get this car painted. Oh, by the way, we're gonna paint this thing because spray paint tan on this cooler build, not acceptable. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this video. I'm really happy with the results. It's going to look awesome once we get all the body lines finished and the hood scoop on there. Oh, can't wait. And the paint for everything. It's gonna be so good. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy seeing the all-wheel drive Miata look like a Miata again. It definitely makes it look cooler. I love the tube chassis and it looks dope, but it's much cooler opening the hood and seeing an EJ in there. It's so cool. So proud of myself. In the next video, we are going to be, I wanna say we're gonna be getting it running. We're gonna be getting our fuel system parts in a day or so, and we're gonna be getting some other exhaust and intake stuff ready. So in the next video, we should have it running. Still don't have a cooling system, so we can't run it for very long, but it will be running and make turbo noises, and we can rev it and maybe drive it like a couple feet. And of course, if you want to see that video right now, you can head over to Patreon. You also get a bunch of other exclusive stuff on Patreon, early posts. Every day I come home from the shop, I post pictures of what I did on the Rally Miata that day. So it's pretty cool. If you want to support the channel in another way, please consider sharing the video, liking, subscribing. All of it really, really helps. I want to try to get this build out to more people. It's been doing really well for the channel, and I appreciate that, but maybe not as well as I was hoping for. Think about it this way. When I first got the Adventure Bus, those videos did better than these videos. That's like 2 years ago, that's crazy. But I don't want to sound like I'm not grateful, I'm very grateful. But if you guys want to help, you can. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. Today's Audrey's birthday, tomorrow is my birthday, so we're gonna go have fun. And peace out, guys. See you later. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.